30 is when you walk into a bar or a VFW, and in that 30 seconds, you can already tell.
That guy right there is drunk, that guy's an idiot, and that guy down there knows it all.
There are programs out there beyond the VA.
Many non-profit organizations. The Beer30 Show.
It's the Beer30 Show. Made by veterans.
For veterans.
All right, once again, thanks for joining us, everybody, for another edition of the Beer30 Show, brought to you by Common Ground Golf Course here in Aurora, Colorado, a place for all and all the game teaches. Good show as always. Today we have on the line a nonprofit that I've never heard of before. And I'm sure you haven't either. We're going to ask her a couple of questions. It looks pretty neat. I think this might be geared a little bit more towards our women veterans. But, I've had petties and Maddies or whatever you call them before. So, yes, and active military women as well. So, how are you today, Danny?
I'm doing pretty good so far, Joel. Just, I'm in a good mood. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Well, that's good.
I get to see your bald head just shining at me. It's like the star out in the sky where I can make a wish.
Oh boy. Yes, and today you'll see the video, the better video quality. I got Danny that for his birthday, so.
Thank you, Joel. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so that's all right. You look a lot better than the 1963 webcam that you had. So.
Well, that webcam got me through a lot of tough times.
All right, without further ado, everybody, I would like to introduce to you the nonprofit Spa Swag for Warriors. Its founder and CEO is Lacey, Chong. I hope I pronounced that last name right and I didn't butcher it. We have Lacey on the line. Lacey, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. And you did perfect with my last name.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, when me and Danny was in high school, we there was this. Remember that it was like Channel 1 or whatever, the news. It was Lisa Ling and Katie Chong. They were doing that whole thing, so that's the only reason why I pronounced that right.
Yeah.
So.
Lacey, you should have messed with them and said it's French and it's pronounced shawl.
Yeah, I tell you what, when I was in Germany, that was the easiest way when I forgot a woman's name. As I would say, hey, I'm sorry, I forget how to pronounce your name, and then they would, tell me their name. Luckily, in Germany, they had some really weird, names. But, anybody here in the United States, if you forget that, that one person, that overnight camper, if you forget their name, take them to Starbucks. They put your name on your cup every time.
All right. Well, without further ado, Joel, Lacey, tell us a little bit about Spa Swag and how you guys got started. When did you guys start, and what are you guys about?
Sure. So one of my best friends, her name is Becca, and she's an officer in the Marine Corps. She deployed to Liberia last year, sort of during the height of the Ebola crisis, and she didn't have a lot of room in her rucksack. And she said that when she got to Liberia, she didn't have the normal bath and body items that one is used to having on a deployment. And a lot of the supplies that routinely go to our men and women serving overseas were backed up behind the Ebola relief supplies, which, as you can imagine, took priority. So this was considered a hardship tour. She's a Marine. I understand that she puts up with such situations fairly often, but this is the first time that I've had the opportunity to do something about it. So last holiday season, I collected bath and body products from family members and friends and sent them over to Becca. What she said was she didn't feel female anymore. She didn't feel clean. Her house had a bucket shower. And I realized that the women in the military, even though their needs are technically met, a little bit of luxury could go a long way in providing some comfort when they're very far from home. So I started doing some market research, and although there are many wonderful nonprofits who operate in the military philanthropy space, particularly some great ones that send care packages, there aren't any that focus solely on female soldiers and improving their morale and welfare. Care package organizations generally send care packages that are geared towards men and women, and as you both absolutely know, most of the people who serve tend to be male, and so the packages tend to skew more towards guys. So they might have Maxim magazines, they might have Snickers and Kit Kats, and that's great. But, you know, as a woman, if I were overseas in the Middle East, I wouldn't really want a Maxim, and I wouldn't really want candy bars. I would probably want some face wipes and body wash and some aromatherapy items. So I founded Spa Swag in January of this year and asked a number of friends and former coworkers if they would be willing to serve as volunteers or on the board, and it's been great so far. We've had a wonderful response from the community. We've gotten a lot of support from yoga studios and some of the local publications in the DC area in terms of getting in-kind product donations and also financial donations. So it's been great.
You guys just started. You guys are still babies, I guess, huh?
We're really new, yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned January of this year. That's going on 10 months now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you know, but we just hit our 1-year mark earlier this month.
Yes.
Congrats.
Yes.
Happy anniversary.
So, yeah, and it's kind of cool because today our hometown did a huge newspaper clipping about what me and Danny are doing. So that was kind of cool. So, well, yeah, this sounds great, Lacey. It really does. So, Lacey, was you prior military at one time? If you said so, I missed it.
No, I've never been in the military, but I've always worked for the Defense Department. I worked for the Navy when I graduated from college in 2003, and I continued to work at the Pentagon and in other DoD-type facilities in the D.C. area. So I have a lot of friends and former coworkers who serve. So I've been wanting to have a job where I can make a difference, and my day job doesn't always allow for that because I say this with love, but U.S. government agencies aren't known for their efficiency. Right. So I wanted to do something on the side, and this has been a great way to do that.
Yeah, well, that's awesome.
You're talking about efficiency. That's a good thing you joined the Navy side, not the Army side. Then I mean, if you didn't know, I was Navy and Joel's Army, so.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Lacey.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say we are pretty new, but it's been an exciting first year so far, and we're starting to collect high-quality bath, body, and beauty items to send to women who are stationed overseas during the holiday season. So we'd absolutely be open to it if you have a lot of really great toiletries or samples at home and want to send them our way. We'd be happy to ship them out. And as a nonprofit, we'd send you a tax deduction form. So, I mean, monetary donations are awesome too, don't get me wrong. But like that enables us to do all the shipping and packing. But right now, we'd love to have items to send to women for the holidays.
Yeah, for sure. So that was one of the questions that me and Danny always ask, as you kind of answered it. So you guys like money donations, but if you guys could get donations of supplies, you lean more towards that than donations.
Well, I would say that financial contributions are always appreciated
Right.
from individuals or from corporations, but right now we're really making a push since in order for the care packages to get to the ladies by the holidays, we are going to try to send them out by November 15th. So we have a list of our most wanted in-kind donations on our website, bosswagsforwarriors.org, and it's listed by bath and body items, beauty products, and other items. So our most wanted items, I'll tell you right now, it's dry shampoo and face wipes and body wipes. Most women who are on hardship tours are in the Middle East, North Africa, West Africa, and so those are the items that I think would bring them the most bang for the buck, if you will.
So do you guys just deal with females, or do you guys do anything for men as well?
So I started Bosswag to especially help women who are serving in the military. I think they're an underserved population, and they put up with a lot. But I'm leaving the door open to hopefully do spa-type or grooming products for men in the future. We've heard from some ladies in the field, and they've said that guys are jealous and they want some nice stuff too. And, you know, no jokes about being much.
You know, we want our crew too, you know.
Exactly. And
Joel
I
okay,
would love to be. Maybe in the near term. A friend of mine founded a company called Stubble and Stash, and it's grooming products for men specifically, and he's a Marine veteran himself. So his story is really inspiring if you want to check it out online. His name is Nicholas Carnazes, and it's called Stubble and Stash.
Stubble and Stash. You know, that's kind of a cruel thing for military since we can't grow hairs on active duty.
Yep.
You know, it's just like, ha, we got the stuff, but you just can't use it.
Yep. So he had a really inspiring story. So when he was serving overseas, one of his buddies in his unit was killed, and so he and everybody else in the unit grew out their beards as a sign of respect, right? And he was uncomfortable and realized that there weren't a lot of great beard care products now, and he decided to start a company specifically with grooming products for men and their beards, their stubbles and stashes, I guess, and he returned some of the profits to veterans. So
nice.
they're awesome. Yeah.
So do you guys allow anybody to volunteer with you guys by chance?
We do. We have volunteers. Some folks work on the social media side. We had a great intern this past summer who went to Georgetown, and we've got some other folks who help with the packing and shipping and delivery. So the people who will be helping out with packing up the holiday care packages are the Vienna Women's Club. And, yeah, that's it right now.
Awesome. Well, we're running out of time, Lacey. Before we let you go, if you could tell us your website, so all of our listeners, know it, and they know how to contact you via email or via, donations. And before we let you go, let us know if there's anything else that you would like to add.
Well, first of all, thanks for having us. This is our first radio interview, so really appreciate it. We'd love to hear from anybody. Our address is www.bosswagforwarriors.org, and our email address is contact@bosswagforwarriors.org. And you're also welcome to tweet us at @bosswag.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show. When we've published this, we will make sure that Brandy not only sends you a copy, but she also gives you a real quick summary of how you could help us. One of the things that we ask is if you could put us on your Facebook page or your website so that we can help even more veterans.
Sure, that sounds great. Will do.
Awesome. All right, Danny. I'll if you have anything for her. I guess I should ask that first. Oh, I think we just lost sound.
Oh no.
Hold on a second. Danny,
How about now? Can you hear
there
me?
we go. All right.
You see, when I type, I have to mute it, and I guess I forgot to unmute
Oh, no worries.
it. No, what I was trying to say is Joel's being rude. He always cuts me off before I'm done. That's just how it goes.
Oh, wow.
So do you guys like offer like send somebody out there to give all these girls mani pedis and that kind of stuff? Because Joel was wanting to know.
No, maybe one day. I would love that. My goal for next year is for instead of us taking requests via our website or by email and sending women spa swag bags, that we'd be ahead of the curve, and by the time women get to their deployment station, they've already got a huge bag of spa stuff waiting for them. So it doesn't come with the mani pedi service, but you never know.
It's a shame you guys weren't around about 5 or 6 years ago when my wife was deployed in Afghanistan. I could have definitely, I'm sure she could have definitely used that because I don't know how many bottles of shampoo and stuff I sent her that got stolen. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how that makes sense. My wife, when she buys a bottle of shampoo, she's putting like a gob in her hand, and I'm like, is that even healthy? She's like, I got a lot of hair, and I'm like, really? I always taught that you didn't need more than a size of a quarter, but I mean, she literally cakes it on.
well, that might be a little difficult for somebody like you to comprehend since you have no hair.
Yeah, possibly.
All right, I think we're good.
And on
Lacey.
that note, thanks, guys.
Well, thank you for coming, Lacey. We appreciate it.
Same here.
So-
Thanks again. Have a good night, guys.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, that was interesting.
Well, like I said, I'm kind of in a good mood today. I'm kind of happy, you know. Um, this this is how people are when PTSD really isn't affecting them as bad that day. So you see how crazy I can actually be. So
I was just throwing out jokes, and she wasn't exactly laughing. It was like cricket
oh, I know,
sounds,
I know
you
it was
know.
me. It took a little bit for me to get her to warm up for us, you know, but we got it. So guess what, Joel? Guess what?
It
Guess what?
is time for the power play.
And that is our new power play sound.
Hey, I like it. It
So
sounds more professional than the Northwestern cowbell that we had in football.
hey, we could always use more cowbell.
Yeah. Hey,
Maybe I'll get one.
eat
I'll just
more
take
eat
one
more
cow.
cow, not chicken.
So what's your topic of the day there, Joel?
Well, so evidently I found out about this yesterday, and they broadcast it on Yahoo News. So apparently, an employee betted on FanDuel, and that's the reason why you hear so many times when people work for a radio station or they work for a company that them nor their family can be involved in the contest. Like if
Mhm.
you work at if you work at McDonald's, you supposedly you can't play Monopoly, which I haven't met anybody that's ever won anything from Monopoly other than
Free
breakfast
sandwich.
sandwiches. Yeah, exactly. So I think Monopoly's kind of a joke when it comes to McDonald's, but FanDuel. Evidently, one of the employees there, they made some huge winnings playing FanDuel, and they work for FanDuel, so they got in trouble. So this is my question to you, Danny. I've been hearing a lot of hype in the last 2 years about FanDuel and DraftKings and seeing commercials and stuff like that. Me personally, I've never played it. Have you ever played FanDuel? And is it it's kind of like the lottery, isn't it?
In a sense, I actually made my first DraftKings roster this past weekend, and of course, the games didn't go the way I expected it to go. So,
Yeah, they never do.
but the way they do it, the top 83,000 win $30. If you're in the top 83,000 people, you from whatever to 83,000, you get $30. Say you put $20 in, you get $30 back. The higher place you are out of everybody that plays it, the more money you'll get. So it's just like groupings, though. They don't have it like, they had the first place person gets like $1.3 million or $1.7 million or something like that. Second place person might get like 500,000, something like that. I don't know, but they do it kind of like how if you're on a pay-to-play fantasy league, first, second, and third place normally get something, and then nobody else does. It's kind of like that with this, but with big groups. So
Okay, so if you're doing a regular fantasy team on like NFL.com or on Yahoo.com, and your record is like 1-3, there's a good chance that you probably shouldn't waste your money.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. If you're not good at playing fantasy football, or you don't ever pay attention to your rosters, Joel,
Right?
then yeah, you're not going to do too well if you don't follow football hardcore, passionately, and that kind of stuff. So
Right.
that's
Yeah. Currently, this week, I found out, and it'll go through this weekend, I'm sure. A lot of people have let go Peyton Manning, and I'm not surprised in that one bit. And
no.
I don't think his play is going to improve any either. Um, but what's your topic, Dan?
Um, I really don't have a topic. That I can't think of anything um just good. So I'm just gonna default back to a topic I love, which is video games.
Awesome, which I have no clue about, but go ahead. I know that my friend
Well, I
sent
know
me a.
I know you play Madden. I know that
You
much.
know, I haven't really played much Madden this year
All right, well
because I
talk
heard
about
the reviews for Madden 16, and I was told that it was horrible. It was just like last year's Madden, so why waste the money?
Oh, speaking of fantasy, real quick, let me divert back to our other subject. Since you refuse to ever check your team and change it out, you know you're actually 3-1 right now.
Yeah, that's probably because I didn't touch it. Anything that I touch dies. Just ask my wife. I don't have a green thumb. So
Well,
I
I'm just
guess
letting you
it
know.
wouldn't be a green thumb. I guess it would be a black thumb.
Yeah, something I don't know, but you're actually 3-1. I was kind of shocked because I just checked it out just to make sure before I said anything.
Nice.
So yeah, and you even pick your team or touched it since draft. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well,
So anyway,
I
back to video games. So there's all these video games out, MMOs, computer games, PlayStation, Xbox. Um, what system do you prefer to play on?
my system would be the Xbox 360, and I was gonna say before you brought that up that my friend just sent me a text, and I didn't understand what it was. You would understand. So it was an image of this game that he plays, and he painted Denver Broncos somehow on the wall. Um, I will forward that to you, and I'll make sure that we put that on our Facebook wall so people kind of see what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't play the computer games. I play Xbox 360, Madden. That's about it. But you play a lot. I think you play WoW, don't you?
Oh, I played that game way back when. I haven't played that game. It has gone downhill in my opinion because you can create a character nowadays and get to the max level within a day. There's no challenge to it anymore. Um, from what I understand, everybody just makes a character and levels it to 90, and I think that max level at the moment is 90, and they just level it up like that. I stopped playing that game before I even left Italy, so I haven't played that. I do play Final Fantasy 14 online on occasion. Lately, for my birthday, my wife got me Elder Scrolls for the PS4. So I've
Nice.
been playing that lately, although since I live on base, my wireless signal is terrible. So I keep getting disconnected, so I'm not having nearly as much fun as I should be having with the game.
Right.
Um, then again, I just started being able to play that game this week since, as crazy as my schedule's been lately, this is actually a nice break for me.
You should check. You should honestly check into getting one of those wireless antenna boosters to go in your house to possibly it might help you.
I don't know. I don't know how this base works with all the signal blockers they have everywhere, but I just know reception for everybody is terrible. Even people with Verizon have a terrible signal in here, so it's just, yeah, it's not a good area. But I only have a month and a half to 2 months left to worry about it before I go to Jacksonville. So
Jacksonville, and we're you going to Jacksonville. I have a good friend that plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're gonna have him on in a couple of weeks, so that will be kind of cool. Um, you ever get that itch in your nose that just won't go away? Zane Beatles, we're gonna have him on because he has a nonprofit. Something about like Elephant Parade or something. I forget the exact words. Um, if you want to look that up, Brandy, you can look that up so I don't have to think of it. But yeah, we're gonna be talking to Zane Beatles here in a couple of weeks, and once you get there to Jacksonville, that'll be cool. I'll link you guys up together.
yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, that'll help me out, especially if the Raiders ever come down to Jacksonville. That'd be nice.
Do the Raiders ever play Jacksonville?
It's one of those, you might have them this year, you might have them next year, but when they ever they play that specific division, they will. Because you know that's how it works, right? Whenever a team plays, everybody in the AFC West will play four of the same teams, and then the other ones are random, other outside your division.
See, I was wondering that because it's very peculiar and odd that since Manning has came to Denver, it's almost like we're playing the New York Giants every single year. But yeah, we never used to play the New York Giants hardly ever. So that's the reason why I was asking. And Brandy brings it up. It's the Parade Foundation, so wasn't too bad off. But
Well, yeah, for like this year, the AFC West plays, what is it, the NFC North? I want to say the Bears, the Green Bay Packers, the Vikings, and the Browns. I'm not sure if they're all in the same division, but we play one division, and then the rest of the teams are just like, I don't know, picked out of a hat, I guess.
yeah, I know. I don't know anybody that like knows the divisions by name because I I have no I just like you, man. I only know the division
I'm in, yeah.
that we're in. Now I do know the division that the Dallas Cowboys were in because a long time ago, before me and Jerry Jones had our
Falling out.
literally falling out. I used to like the Dallas Cowboys. Don't like them anymore, and I'm against making money. I'm against rooting for any team that makes money for an owner that is that's just terrible. That's just a jackbutt.
Yeah. I mean, some owners are like that. I didn't really care for Al Davis, but I'm still a Raider fan.
Yeah, Pat Bowling is the Denver Broncos owner, and he's really cool. Every time you turn around, he's always giving out money to the community and stuff. And the Broncos won my heart when I first moved here because they did a support for troops. They signed footballs that I later on sent to Walter Reed. They signed footballs. They basically did the whole support troops, salute the service before it got popular with the NFL.
Hmm.
So, but how many games have you been to the Raiders game?
I've been to, let's see here, 4 or 5 total. I went to 2 in Oakland. My wife actually took me my first Oakland versus the Chiefs game since she is a Chiefs fan. And then we did that in Oakland, and the Chiefs won. And then while she was deployed to Afghanistan, her family took me to a Raiders-Chiefs game in Kansas City, where we absolutely demolished the Chiefs, which made it great for me. And then when I lived in Washington, I went to a couple preseason games, so I'm not sure if that really counts, but with the Seahawks, because every year the Raiders play the Seahawks in preseason. And then this year I went to the opening game where we got our butts handed to us by the Bengals with my dad for his first ever Oakland Raider game, and they've been decent since. So I don't know, maybe I gave them good luck.
Maybe.
You never know. Either that or I just have that bad of luck, So anyway, Joel, we are at our 2-minute warning.
Our 2-minute warning today is brought to you by Common Ground Golf Course here in Aurora, Colorado. A place for all and all the game teaches.
So what'd you learn today, Joel?
I learned today after that phone call that I'm not funny.
No, you are. You're extremely funny, dude.
Okay.
Don't worry. I will laugh at looking at your picture at all times.
Thanks. Appreciate the motivation.
Well, there's only so much I can do being blinded by that dome, man. I don't know. I'm reverting back to your head because I really have nothing else to say at the moment.
Yeah, well, what did you learn today?
I learned that I can't get crew when I'm deployed overseas. I mean, I want to gel my hair up and look all spiffy too, But but it's we had a good time. There are female only nonprofits out there because don't worry, we don't forget about our female
Right, and I didn't know how much of an issue it was until it was, brought to my attention. And sometimes, I mean, all the women that are listening to this, sometimes cut us guys a break. Sometimes, we're kind of clueless and stuff. Sometimes you gotta remind us and let us know because we don't think about that stuff. At least I didn't.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. I mean, women like to have their hair. They like to try to look good no matter where they're at. It takes them 50 minutes to get ready, unless you're like my wife who doesn't wear makeup, which I love. But yeah, like shampoo and conditioner, especially out in those dry areas. Women who have the longer hair, it's harder to keep up in those dry areas like that. So it's kind of cool to have those types of programs for them. But yeah, I mean, don't worry, Joel. I made a few jokes today, and it was kind of like crickets as well. I was like, normally somebody would laugh at this, and you didn't even laugh. So you sat there and chuckled.
No. I laughed. It was like, yeah, I didn't know what to say. She wasn't laughing, so it was like, okay, but. That's all right. Like you said, maybe she was just nervous and it took her a while to warm up. So, but well, we've ran out of time, Danny. Once again, you, as always, it was great doing the show with you. Brandy, our intern, thank you very much for getting us that research and stuff. Remember, everyone. Every Friday, we sometimes we do it recorded, sometimes we do it live. We try to do as many live as we can, but this Friday, check us out at 1 p.m. from 1:30 on Military Brotherhood Radio, radio for a reason. Well, that's all I've got, Danny. You got any? Before I let you all go, make sure that you check out our Facebook page. If you don't know the Facebook page, in the address you can put Beer30 or the Beer30 show. You'll see me and Danny's picture on there. Make sure you like us. Make sure on Twitter that you follow us at Beer30 Podcast. And we'll have a website here pretty soon Danny's making, and we'll be able just to give that website, and we'll have all the contact info on that, so we don't have to keep reminding everybody about how to get a hold of us. So if you don't have anything to add, Danny, we will, I guess we'll sign off.
I do not believe we have anything to add. I'm not actually making the website. A friend of mine, Kelsey, is making the website, so I want to make sure she gets credit for that.
Awesome. All right, well, yep, Kelsey, thank you very much for your service and for helping us do this. And everybody, we'll see you Friday.
Have a good one, everybody.
Have a good one, everybody. Bye.
This is MBR, saluting those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for their country.
Rock and roll!
We'll ride if you wanna rock and roll. It's only rock and roll.
Rocking the troops.